Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back, fans. Today, we are going to be talking about Uncanny X-Men issue number 14. Now, before Battle of the Atom came out, Mike Spider Slayer decided, I'm not going to read this book anymore. It just seemed uninteresting. It didn't go nowhere. And I was like, and then I picked it up for Battle of the Atom because obviously it continued throughout the story. Now I decided to pick it back up because I wanted to see the aftermath. What actually happened? How the ramifications are going to fold in this series now. Well, first off, before we get to the review, let's talk about this cover. The cover is pretty awesome because you see this particular X-Men here, and you see him changing or morphing into other X-Men. And it's across the board, all across the panels. So very interesting cover here. And I'm like, well, what is this about? And the artwork in the book by, it was Chris Pacello, um, was pretty good this time. There's times where his art's really, really busy, can't make out so much, the colors are all over the place, but in this issue, the art worked for it because it was just a very low-key, not much action type of issue. But the art here was very good, I thought. I thought it fit this particular issue. And here it comes to Emma Frost, the way she was drawn here, very mysterious, very exotic looking character. You can feel tension throughout the issue between her and Benjamin Deeds. And then there's a couple other pictures here where you see her and Magic together, very sleek and sexy looking. I thought the way they were drawn was spot on. The other characters in the book were drawn pretty nice as well. So I like the feel of the book. I love the paneling in it. It wasn't busy. It fit this issue. So what did I think of the story? Well, the story really had nothing to do with what happens of Battle of the Atom, because you kind of get to see that in All New X-Men, where Kitty goes and she goes to Xavier's school, and in this issue, this is kind of before that happens, it looks like, and you get to see a couple of the new, younger X-Men. And this book really features on Benjamin Deeds. And he's that character that morphs into different people. But he just doesn't morph like, say, a shapeshifter like Mystique or whatnot. He releases this pheromone that when you interact with the opposite person, kind of makes you feel happy for this guy, makes you get along with him, becomes like your best friend, and you can kind of change the characteristic of yourself so you kind of even look like the person. And that's what Emma Frost does in this issue. She feels that there's this potential in him, much more than just fighting, where Cyclops is what he's seeing in him right now, that he's the biggest loser on this X-Men team. But again, Emma Frost sees something in this character, so she wants to train him, get him to use his powers a little bit more. I thought the suspense and the you can feel the tension between the two characters here when she gets really close to him was just like, oh my god, that just would make me feel uncomfortable. But you can see how his powers actually work, where he slowly changes into the person when that person gets really close to him. And again, she has to teach him how to control that power, where he can change, but not all the way, have certain characteristics. So she takes him on a trip to Atlantic City, and they do some gambling, and he meets some people, and he schmoozes with some people, and you can see that the training starts to pay off. He meets a girl, he starts talking with the girl, and they get along. He meets some other characters along the way, slowly changes into characteristics or personality traits or ethnic traits that relate to the person that he's talking to. Liliana and Emma are talking with each other, saying, "Hey, it looks like that the actual transformation or the actual training is actually working. So they send him on this mission, and he has no idea what's going on, and he has to deliver this letter. And Emma says, if you deliver this letter without being noticed and you come out this building without being arrested, I'll buy you a car. She's kind of like, okay. He's like, all right, that's fine. So Benjamin does it. He delivers this letter. Next thing you know is boom, he's on his knees, and it's a shield. It's a shield compound, and which was so funny. But it was the ultimate training exercise for him, and he's kind of proved his worthiness on the team as an X-Man, and yeah, and that's about it. And the coolest thing at the end of this issue, he's like, "Can I have a cool X-Man name?" And what's it called? And Emma at the end is just like morph, and then Cyclops is like, "No." So it's kind of throwback back to the cartoon, which I thought was really awesome. Um, was this a filler issue? Yes, because what's going on after this now is we dive right into humanity. So I guess it ties into humanity. And that's what this book seems to be about these days, tying into other books. But I thought as a story, as a character development story for this particular character, Benjamin Deeds, I thought it was well done. It makes me feel a little bit more invested into this character. And as where before, you just got a whole bunch of these kids and they were thrown into this team. Well, now that I know more about this character, how he uses his powers, how Emma's worked with him, I feel like I like him more than the other guys. Don't know about Gold Balls. What's the purpose of that guy? So, I kind of liked it for what it was. Had nothing to do with the aftermath. Again, I thought it was a little bit before, that whole thing with Battle of the Atom. Um, but it was a good story about this particular character, and that's why I enjoyed it, and I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. So guys, leave me your comments below what you thought of Uncanny X-Men issue number 14. And guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0, and until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.